Hey, what's up, metal and heavy music fans? It's Flight of Icarus again with MetalTrenches.com, and it's time again for me to check out your latest metal requests and recommendations on Bandcamp. And hey, if you like to be kept up to date with the best and brightest metal bands and albums from the underground and above, then stick with me by hitting that subscribe button down below. Alright, let's just get started. Now, I've got a lot of albums I want to share with you today, so I'm going to be moving rather quickly, just giving you a taste of each one and kind of what to expect. And first, we've got Zeit out of Italy. It's a band that I have previously reviewed on the site. And by the way, a couple of the albums I'm reviewing today are actually ones that were recommended by the Mathcast podcast, where if you're into mathcore at all, you should be following that podcast, because they give amazing recommendations all the time. Yeah, obviously, you should probably be able to hear that Converge, that strong Converge connection. They're very good. Their previous album too, Monument, and The World Is Nothing, both of those, fantastic. Great guitar work. Love these like noodly little riffs they have. A lot of atmosphere too. But yeah, particularly like this whole run here, it's just very Converge. And I love Converge, so no complaints here at all whatsoever. Listen to that. Those drums too. Just kills. So good. I love me some good guitar work. These guys go above and beyond with that. And just €5 for the digital. And they've got all sorts of other physical options as well. Check out another track here. Yeah, again, these guys, can't get enough of them. You're going to want to check them out. I wanted to do a full review, but I had so many other things I was focused on, and it wasn't one that I was able to receive early to really, get time to focus in on it. So probably just going to have to share it here and hope that people check them out, because they definitely should not be missed. All right, next up we've got Genfærd with Blodhævn. This is one I have not listened to prior, so surprise to me as well. What do we got here? Danish black metal titans Genfærd. Okay, there we go. There's the black metal, those vocals. Man, just those like unrestrained, just howling, harrowing sounding vocals too. Like very. There's a lot of different vocal approaches obviously, but I always like kind of break it down also into two larger categories of the more controlled, like how do I get my voice to sound a certain way approach, and then the just unbridled, just pure, just whatever comes out. And this is what I'm hearing on this one for sure. Let's check out some other tracks here. And this is not fully out the time that I'm reviewing this, but it will be out by the time this episode airs. Oh yeah, I like this one. Nice D beats going here. Transitioning into that blast beats. Good stuff. A little bit more atmospheric stuff. Good dynamics here. Kind of all over the place. So getting some like Toke vibes as well. Big Toke fan. And then we got a third track here to check out. Oh yeah, these guitars are great. That just icy, vicious stuff going on there. I also describe this as it feels like it's like a snowstorm, like a blizzard, just like swirling around you. Like feel cold just listening to it. So yeah, that's Genfærd with Blodhævn through Nebula Eterna Productions. Alright, then we've got Funeral Fires with Blood of the Rats, spelled with a $sign. These guys are out of New Jersey. This, I believe, was another Mathcast recommendation. Kind of getting some, like, a little bit of Every Time I Die on that guitar there. And again, big Every Time I Die fan, so no complaints. Good energy there. So it's just powerful vocal. Also the Chariot. Hearing a lot of the Chariot on this one. Yeah, but they've got that very Buckley-esque kind of lyrical and vocal approach. kind of like a cross-section between the two. But yeah, these guitars, there's more kind of like Every Time I Die in there. And I actually did a for fans of Every Time I Die video, so if you love Every Time I Die and you love other bands that sound like them and want to know more, check out that video. I'll try to remember to put a little, I think it'll be right there, put a little card up there. But yeah, if I had been aware of these guys, I would have included them on the list as well. But they seem quite good, seem pretty consistent too. I haven't had time to dig into the full album yet. I've only heard the song that I heard on Mathcast. But this other stuff that I'm hearing on here too is make me want to pick it up. It's just $8 for digital. And yeah, Funeral Fires, Blood of the Rats. Alright, another Mathcast recommendation. And I don't mean to like pilfer from them, but it's like we have kind of different audiences. There's some crossover, but these were the bands on there that I loved the most, that I just wanted to make sure got as wide, a release as possible, like as many people heard them as possible. This is more of a deathcore band. Nigh Ungodly with Mimic Prophecy. Technical death metal, math, deathcore. I was blown away listening to this. Really intense, vicious stuff, and it's very influenced by Dark Souls. A lot of the imagery, even the album cover here. Got the mimic chest and everything. But even if you don't care about all that, the music is just vile, wretched stuff. I got a lot of like Between the Buried in Me vibes from these guitars. Like that guitar part right there in particular totally reminds me of like the Silent Circus, some of the riffs on there, and maybe a little bit of Alaska as well. But it's very like the Silent Circus era Between the Buried and Me mixed with more deathcore influences. I love the variety in the vocals. You've got the like really deep lows and then the really just throat-ripping highs. Kind of a Born of Osiris-y sort of opening on this one too, with that synth. Great guitar work, great drumming, just across the board. Like, I'm very impressed with this project. Want to sink my teeth into it more. Another band I would have loved to do a full album review for, but there's just too much, y'all. Too much music. Too much. Slow down. Give me a break. No, but I love it though. I love having the opportunity to share it, and please do like share these episodes in particular. Like if there's one series of mine that you actually like share on social media and get other people to watch, I'd make it this one, because these are the bands that like need it the most. They need that extra exposure. And I find putting them all together kind of on one big video kind of helps make sure that fans of one band also get exposed to the other bands and so on and so forth. So, and especially to the bands, please share it for that reason, because it's not just you sharing this to your own fans. If all the bands are doing it, that means you've got like 6 other bands that are also sharing it to their fans. Oh shoot, you got dude from Croesus on here. I freaking love that new album, man. I just like Croesus in general. Killing it, y'all. Nigh Ungodly. Definitely earned a follow. Yes, please. I will probably be buying this as well. Alright, and then closing with a little bit of kind of a palate cleanser here with Elay Arson with Franz. Kind of more of a synth wave project, but with metal influences. They're calling it synth metal. But yeah, a lot of just kind of classic synth wave tropes mixed with some heavier, more kind of like, you'd say, industrial vibes. Like, you got certain tracks that just feel like pure synthwave, like this one here. But then you got these tracks like Icon of Evil that have electric guitar. You've even got some vocals too. Kind of like classic heavy metal vocals a little bit. But I like the chugging. It's an interesting fusion. Synthwave has obviously kind of been in for a little while, and I see more and more synthwave artists kind of like making waves within the metal scene, but I haven't heard as many like as overtly fuse actual like metal sounds so well into their approach. It got some like rap on here too. I have not listened to this whole thing yet, because there's quite a few tracks too. Man, this has like strong 80s vibes. Like, this reminds me of when you'd have like rap artists make like a theme song for like a early 90s movie, like the Ninja Turtles or something. But yeah, if you're into synthwave and you're also into metal, then you should definitely check out Elay Arson. I like, this is good stuff that I like to put on when I just need kind of like, my ears need a break from sheer brutality, and good thinking music, good too, like when I'm thinking, when I'm writing, when I'm working. Good stuff to have on and just sort of like give my brain a rest, and very atmospheric too and well composed, so check them out. Alright y'all, but I think that's plenty for this episode. Let me know as always down in the comments which one was your favorite, and especially if you ended up buying any of these albums. That really makes me happy to know that something I shared on one of my videos led to an artist getting some well-deserved money in their pockets to continue to work on these projects. And hey, stick around because I got plenty more videos coming right after this one. I've got more episodes. I will link the whole series playlist in the comments, but also full album reviews, tier lists, interviews with bands on the podcast, you name it, we've got it. So plenty of reasons again to subscribe if you have not already. Also in the description, you'll find links to our social media where you can follow us, the email newsletter, metaltrenches.com for even more reviews and content, and our Patreon and Subscribe Star. Just $1 a month gets you early access to content and helps me keep this train a-rolling. But that'll do it for now. Flight of Icarus signing off. I will see you in the trenches.